royalty-free jazz. And turning on the webcam. Good afternoon, or morning or night, wherever it is that you are. It's 3:44 p.m. where I am at, and yeah, let's hang out. I'm Jen. This is my stream that I don't schedule. I just pop on whenever I feel like it. Much to the chagrin, a couple of my friends are like, you should schedule these. I can't do that. There's a lot of things that my friends say that I should do. Like, I should write more, or you should vlog your candle making process. I'll get there at some point. First thing I have to do is I have to mute my phone that's playing the stream, so I know the audio is working. Hey Kate. Kate likes rectangles. I like rectangles too. Thanks for joining. Okay, so this is the third instance episode or whatever of me going through my glitch apps, my glitch.com apps, and triaging whether they're going to go onto my main website or if I'm going to deploy them elsewhere. If you have no idea what glitch is, go to glitch.com. There's a little bar on the announcement on the top about project hosting shutting down in July. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through my apps to see which ones actually have to stay alive come July 8th. Glitch will allow downloads through the rest of 2025. So the urgency is just, what have I made over the past 9 years? I worked at Glitch for almost, not 8 years, maybe like 7.5 years. And so I have a lot of stuff on there. Hey, Brodingo. How you doing, Brody? Welcome to my nightmare. No, this isn't my nightmare. I start every stream promoting proper hydration. I am drinking sugar-free orange drink. It's orange Kool-Aid essentially, but without sugar. So, and then a bunch of splash into my eye. Just a little kiss from the Kool-Aid guy. And I did laundry and my entire body is sore from aerial yoga last night, and I'm going to aerial yoga again tonight. I did a treadmill walk yesterday as well. I deserve a sody. So I have Coke Zero. It says bro on it, which offends my sensibilities, but that's okay. Kate's eating avocado toast like a goddamn millennial. I love that. I love that for us. I wish I was eating an avocado toast. Actually, I woke up and Andy, my partner, he brought me a bagel. We have a new local bagel place, which is actually like really good and exciting because Jersey City is not really a good place for bagels, but now there is one, and he surprised me with an egg everything bagel. I had not been able to get my hands on an egg everything bagel in New Jersey forever, and Andy used to live in Long Island like 8 years ago when we first started dating, and we used to get egg everything bagels there. It's a superior bagel, but yeah. Potch is having his post-lunch Coke Zero. Let's crack it open. I hope it doesn't explode on my microphone. That'd be so sad. To knowledge and finding true love. I've found knowledge and true love. Okay, let's fucking rock. So here's the plan. I yesterday got through to projects that had been edited. Okay, I think I got through March. I would love to, I haven't even checked to see how many are left for 2024. I would love to go through the rest of 2024 And then if I have the time, and I can really only stream for like an hour because I have tofu being pressed and I want to fry it up before I go to yoga so that when I come back from yoga, all I gotta do is braise it and then I could just like eat immediately. I know it doesn't matter to you, but I'm just explaining to you why I'm not gonna stream for like ever. So I'm going to set my timer to visually tell me how much time I have left. I'm gonna just set it for an hour. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. If I get into like a flow state, like, this is a time timer, by the way. I love this thing. If you have ADHD or you just like having a visual timer, recommend it. So they're right in front. Okay, so I want to get through as much as the 2024 apps as I can, so it's just January and February left. I haven't checked the third page to see if there's like tons of Januaries. I'm not sure. And then I would like to go through Live Laugh Blog, my blog, which is turning 5 on Saturday, which will also be when I'm launching Bugs Rock, my candle store. I want to go through Live Laugh Blog to see how many posts I mention glitch apps on, because I know that I have a couple that I've embedded glitch apps on, and I'm going to need to replace those, because actually, let me make a note. I should ask the glitch team, and if any of you join today, make your presence known. I'm wondering what will happen if like how embeds will break. Like, what will the experience be? Hey Annika, the Twitch chat does look, the overlay does look like Twitch chat, and that's because I'm using Streamlabs, and I haven't tried out the other themes. I just pop it over my Fire. I should check it out. I always I streamed a bunch earlier in the year and then I stopped for a few months so I can focus on my candle making stuff. But I really want to like create like a new theme, because this setup of like the chat down here, I don't know, there's too much of my face here. I don't even need to like put my face on these things, honestly. And I would love more space for the code stuff. So, but I will do that at some point, maybe this summer, because I would like to. It's the 5-year anniversary of Live Laugh Blog, which I'll go to because I'm talking about it. It has a new design that, excuse me, I deployed the other night, and ever since I did laundry earlier today, I've had something in my eye. One sec. Yeah, Live Laugh Blog, turning 5. That's the inside of my mouth and my nose. Andy says I should charge you all for content like this. So you're getting it for free. But, I did Live Laugh Conf when I launched the blog 5 years ago, and I want to do another Live Laugh Conf this summer. I can't do it at the same time as the candles and all that kind of stuff, but there will be a new theme. And yeah, thank you, Potch. This font is really cool. I got it on Goo Fonts. It's called Coral Pixel. Yeah, it's called Coral Pixel. So yeah. Okay, so that's my plug for Live Laugh Blog. Read it, it's fun. Bugs Rock, which I built on Glitch initially, so it auto-completes Glitch. This is gonna look different. Tonight, my plan after yoga, well, I'm gonna prep my tofu after the stream, and then I've got yoga in a few hours. I'm gonna go to that, then I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna braise tofu for dinner, and then I'm gonna take an edible, it's legal, and work on the Bugs Rock like webpage, like the theme. I'm still gonna have drawing rainbows and stuff like that, but like I'm just gonna like for hours just like play around with the site. I have other pages that just aren't live yet, like the actual listing pages. I'm using Equid for the store elements, so it's just third-party JavaScript widgets for like product page listings and stuff like that. But if you want to get the alert when the store goes live on Saturday. There is a subscription, a newsletter to sign up for. I'm terrified, actually. I'm afraid I did not make, like, everyone's asked me, like, how many candles do you make? I did not make a ton of candles. I'm trying to run, like, a sustainable business, so these are, like, small batches on one person. Everything's by hand. I have, like, on hand 12 items per the 3 candles that are going in the collection. But I can make more. I just don't want to make more until I know what people are interested in. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna, like, have a post that kind of explains it, but yeah. Anyway, Phoebe, hey, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Mari says, heck yeah, braised tofu, got a flavor profile planned out. Ugh. Speaking of, okay, wait, let me go to Live Laugh Blog. Let's see if my search works. Here we go. I searched braised. Here's the braised tofu. It comes from Rainbow Plant Life. There's a link to the post here. Oh, it's a YouTube video, but she also has a blog post. I love Rainbow Plant Life. Nisha Vora is her name. I make this, like, every other week. It's so good and it's so easy. The flavor profile is, like, it's like soy, a little sweet. It has 5 spice in it, so it's got, like, a little kick to it. I add way more chili oil to it than usual. And I don't often have fresh ginger because there's fresh ginger in the store near me. It's kind of like, ugh, gross. So I just use powdered. And yeah, so I'm going to add onion to it, and then we put it over rice. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm pressing the tofu now, and then I'm going to fry it. And then tonight after yoga, do all the sauce and stuff like that. It's really easy. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to, like, talk more about the recipes that I use on my blog, so yeah, love that. I have both of her books. She's got a book on vegan Instant Pot, and then this book, Big Vegan Flavor. It's a big book, but it's Gorgina. It's beautiful, and I think that recipe might be inside of it. I'm not vegan, but I'm like, I don't eat meat. I eat eggs, but I don't eat meat. But I prefer vegan if I can. I have Hashimoto's disease, and so my diet ebbs and flows with, what's the word? Flare-ups. My friend called it an outbreak the other day. I was like, it's not an outbreak. But yeah, highly recommend. Anyway, let's rock. Okay, so let's see. So we last started ending in March. So now we have these. Okay. Mango Zany Rhinoceros. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click through and look at them and then download them into a folder that I have called let me see if I can. I'm gonna find the folder so I can share it. Stop. Let's rock. I love it, like, well, I'm not gonna finish that thought. I was gonna say, like, this isn't like a work machine because, like, I work for myself, so I'm like, oh, I like that I don't have to, like, worry about secrets really on here because there's no secrets on here. Just this is my glitch folder that I've created over the past 2 streams, and so I've been downloading my projects on here live. I haven't done this off stream, and putting them into either of these folders. So .com are ones that I'll be adding to a glitch subdirectory on jenschiffer.com, which I've done for a bunch already. Node are full stack apps I probably want to deploy somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet. I gotta do that soon. And the others are just like, I don't know, like early days of Gareth. These are like old projects that I'm not gonna be posting live, but like they're from like 2017 and maybe even before, when like before Glitch was even called Glitch. When I joined, it was Gomix. So, old school stuff. So, okay, let's rock, bros. Okay, Mango Zany Rhinoceros. Princess Luna's blog. This is probably a remix of someone's project that I made in order to help them out with support. And I recognize Princess Luna. I believe they participated in a code jam. Okay, it was suspended. That was what I was supporting, was figuring out why it was suspended. It was like preparing her. Sometimes I've gone over this quickly before, but Glitch will sometimes suspend a project, and it's not because it did anything bad. It's because there was an error in like it restarting, and in order to prevent any data loss, it just like will suspend the project, and then you could reach out. We could figure out. More often than not, it's because you had hit your disk space limit. Fastly Connect NYC. This was a meetup that we had done, and I thought I already encountered this. I might have been squatting this project name. And for those who are new, the way that I check to see if this has been edited beyond like an initial remix is I open it up and like see. Okay, so there's edits here. So this is all Glitch Bio. Fastly Connect was a Fastly meetup that we had run. We tried to make it a series, but oh, here we go. Yeah, February. I'm not going to save this because it's like a work thing, and I'm not gonna like. Well, I am gonna download. I am gonna save it just in case. Put it archive, or not too old to care. Don't care. Glitch in bio. I mean, I said in the last stream, I'll talk about this. Years ago, I made a prototype for like a link in bio app. It was very minimal. It was literally like, how can we teach people to make their own webpage that's just a simple link in bio, and it's like open source, doesn't have all this like tracking stuff on it. And so I made the initial prototype for that, and then the team took it and like added a whole bunch of like other like cool features to it, like SEO related stuff, making it like look nice, and that became Glitch in Bio. And yeah, I'm not the only owner on this. This is all the other folks. I am gonna download it and put it in the starters thing, but that was a cool, fun project. And if you ever want your own link in bio and you want it to be free and open source, Glitch in Bio was great. Kate said I saved the Live Laugh Love sticker you gave me. Those are the only Fastly stickers I liked. It said Live Laugh Love, and I'm like, that's fun. And I probably still have a bunch of them here with me somewhere, but I thought that was fun. That Live Laugh Love came from, I think, Sarah Altier, who used to do employee comms at Fastly. She like left after Todd Nightingale became the CEO and brought in a bunch of Cisco folks. She left, and I think she had like designed it, and then they made the stickers, and they were a hit, and someone was like, oh yeah, that was Sarah. There's a couple of Sarahs in marketing, but yeah. Live, laugh, love. Fun stuff. Lizard Comfortable Vegetarian, 3JS, React 3 Fiber. Okay, so this one is probably my own when I was going over learning 3JS. Yeah, 3JS Journey was the course I was taking. If you want to learn 3JS, 3JS Journey is a really awesome course. It's like 93 hours. I took a month off last August. I had the month off, and I just did this course and got the certification. Bruno Simon, who made it, is like a really good teacher, and it was really, really fun. So if you want to learn 3JS, I think around Valentine's Day he does like Valentine's Day sales on this, but really worth the $95. Anyway, Bugs Rock. I already came across a remix of my Bugs Rock app here, which again, Bugs Rock is my version of Hello World, and it's also my LLC name now, and that's where it came from. But I already have a copy of this, so I'm going to archive that. Palm Comet Coat, build a new 11D blog on Glitch. This might just be a remix for support purposes. Kate says she was good. About Sarah, she was good, yeah. Let's see, did I update this at all? Nope. Sue's face, shout out to Sue. Sue kept all the starters up to date. I'm just gonna archive that. 11D static site generator starter template. This might be the minimal 11D starter, which used to be maintained by Zach Leatherman, and then we just like took it over on Glitch. Yeah, 11D on Glitch. Rewind. This is... What? Oh, I think I just like was updating this. Like updating 11D to see if it worked. I'm just gonna archive it. Shine Trail Chicory, your very own basic web page ready for your customize. This is a remix of the starter static site. I should just open a bunch of these. I'll just open this next to the other one's the minimal React starter. Oh, here it is. So there was the show us your blog, I think that was what I called it, Code Jam, and collected blogs, and I made a prototype of what the blog role would be, and then probably had to move to working on Fastly Connect. Actually, every really cool thing that I was doing on Glitch that never came to fruition or completion is because I had to pause the work to work on something that Fastly needed, which is fair. We worked at Fastly, but it was a distraction to a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna download this and put it into I'm gonna do a starter, because this is like a starter for that. I'm gonna archive it. Paper Pollen is just a blank React. Okay, yeah, I didn't do anything here. You know, when I joined Fog Creek to work on GoMix and work on the launch of Glitch, Glitch was built in CoffeeScript. This is 2017. CoffeeScript walked so like the modern JavaScript we have today could run. So don't come at me with ew CoffeeScript. This is of a different time. I'm gonna archive that. And it was CoffeeScript and this in-house made framework called Jadelit, which used Jade, which is now called Pug. It used to be called Jade, and then because of like name issues, they had to name it to Pug. Jade is now Pug, as in Zeit is now Vercel. Yeah, when we launched it and it was time to like, it like had large community growth immediately, and we knew we had to like really make this thing bigger. and more stable. We need to like grow the team. It came time to, I don't know, I just was like, we have to like get off of CoffeeScript and JLit and migrate the site to something that we can actually like hire people that would like want to work on it. And at that time it was React. And so we talk a lot about like technical debt. It could have been way worse if I didn't really like, well, I was leading the team that was building the community site glitch.com, which is not the editor or like the container infrastructure, but the community site. We call it glitch.com. So I was leading that team and we were hiring engineers. We just fundraised. So ahead of that, we're like, let's migrate everything to React so that we can hire people, because in 2018, nobody was wanting to join a company to work on a CoffeeScript, let alone CoffeeScript with an in-house made framework for it. It was not easy to work with. That's why when we launched Glitch, we didn't have user profiles, and it took like 3 to 5 months, if I recall correctly, to actually launch user profiles, because everything had to be like re-architected. It was like a fun, cool, crazy time where you can take like a long time for stuff. But yeah. So you're going to see, like, as I go into the depths of, like, a lot of these older projects, we might find some remixes of the original GoMix and Glitch community sites, and they're going to be written in CoffeeScript. And they were originally, like, Glitch was a Glitch app at one time. So, yeah. But people used to, like, tag me and Joel Spolsky. Like, Joel wasn't even, like, working Fog Creek at the time. He's the owner, but he wasn't like CEO anymore. Neil was. But people would like on Twitter like tag me and him and be like, why are you using an esoteric language like CoffeeScript? And I had to be like, first of all, why are you like tagging me and the owner of my company? Like, that's weird. You want me to... I'm not gonna go I'm looking at my timer and be like, don't go on a tangent about why people think it's okay to like tag people and their bosses or their company owners like on social media. Very, very weird behavior. But CoffeeScript's not esoteric. There are esoteric languages and they're really fun to play around with, but yeah, anyway, I'm glad that people are saying CoffeeScript is off. Okay, productive naughty snickerdoodle. I'm gonna open this in a window off screen because it might have been a remix for somebody I was doing support for. Okay, it was a suspended for probably extra disk space. I'm gonna go ahead and archive that. Okay, Ivy Wary temperature. Open that up. Our dream default style sheets. Oh, that's fun. I'll get into that after I check what this one is. So your dream default style sheet was an early community code jam prompt that was inspired by CSS Zen Garden. But really we were kind of like playing around the idea of like, what if we built glitch.com to allow the community to like style it? That had kind of always been the dream. Anil had always said like, what if like the community could build Glitch while we sleep? And so it was like, well, one thing is like styling, customization, thinking of like early like web, like how I learned to code was like editing my like LiveJournal theme, MySpace, Zanga, and it was like we should be able to do it with Glitch. And we were doing some work on that. It just never was able to come to fruition again, Fastly. But we were able to kind of tap into that and plant a seed for that work potentially happening with code jams. That was like a vehicle for that. And so our dream default style sheets allowed, well, I basically created like a stem HTML page unstyled and was like, y'all take this and edit only this CSS file and make it happen. And so here's I'm gonna open up in its own window. And also let me download it. Well, I'll do it from the dashboard. Okay, so I asked I asked Gen Nation, my followers on Mastodon, what HTML elements I should add, and a lot of people were like figures, definition lists, stuff like that. And so I made this like stem page, unstyled, and then I told people make a style sheet. And so this, our dream default style sheets, is that page remixed, and then I added a drop down where you can see people's suggestions. So it quite literally is like CSS Zen Garden. I think this is mine. I think I did Hot Dog Stand. Sue did Golden Girls. If there's a Golden Girls thing, Sue is what did it. Yeah, Posh, this was a dope code jam. This is fun. I was proud of this. Anyway. I'm gonna put that in... Actually, wait. What was that? Was this... Yeah, it was a Node app, because... This is something I could easily make static with Valtown, so... Let me put that in Node. And keep that live. Good times. That was... not the first code jam prompt, but... I don't know. Checker and Partial Journey, remix of Polar Prairie. Is Painted Seamly Packet in there? I don't know. In the default style sheet, or in just general. Let's see. No Painted Seamly Packet. Okay, this is a remix of somebody's style sheet. So I'm just gonna... Oh, okay. So what would happen is I had a tool internally that let me basically run just SQL queries, and I had told folks when you're doing the submission, the only thing you had to do to submit to the CodeJam is add the hashtag of the CodeJam. I don't think the jams page is live anymore. And so I ran a SQL query that just checked the project description for the hashtag of the CodeJam. Because no one was using hashtags or anything on Glitch, so I was like, okay, that's how I'll track submissions, because I don't want to use Google Forms like ever. And so I was like, just add the hashtag and I'll find it. So I had my tool that ran my SQL query, and it would check the projects. But sometimes people would do it with like a non-logged in account, and those projects would expire. And so I saw that and I remixed it to save it just in case that person wrote in being like, hey, like, why didn't you get my submission? I don't think they ever did though, so. Okay. So I'll archive that. Okay, we're in January. We're half an hour into the stream, and it was mostly me venting and ranting. Cat Puzzled Zydeco, base for importing Git repos. This was imported from GitHub, is probably me importing someone's project for support. So it will either be someone's Git project or public Git repo so I can share it, or it was suspended because I was testing to see if I had updated our tool to catch phishing or something like that. So let's find out. Or it's one of my own projects. Create React app. So this is probably just me helping somebody trying to get CRI app. Yeah. So I'm gonna archive that. Yeah, Nutritious Madam. This is my hot dog stand submission for the CodeJam. I told you that hot dog stand was mine. Hot Dog Stand was a theme that came with an early version of Windows. Jeff Atwood wrote a blog post about it. So if you search Hot Dog Stand, I think his blog might come up, and that has a screenshot of it. Cool. I'm going to download that and put it in... I'm gonna say not too old to care, but old enough. And then, okay, here's a starter for the Code Jam. Code Jams were... I created the Code Jams program, one, to increase engagement, also to create a page, which was glitch.com/jams, that was all just like apps from the community, because glitch search always sucked. There's not really like great discovery. We wanted to move towards discovery, and so I was like, well, let's do glitch jams, because one day Andy introduced me to this game called In Dreams on the PlayStation. It's by the people who did Little Big Planet. I don't think it exists anymore. But we went on it, and they would do these jams, and people were making really cool stuff. And we spent like 2 nights just going through everything, and it was really fun to like check out and like look at. And I was like, we should do this for glitch. So I was like, I just need a page. We'll come up with the prompts, and we'll do the submissions through hashtags, so I can just I know SQL. It's a Unix system, I know this. And it gave me an opportunity to write some code, because then I could do like I built the starters for it. And yeah, and then I would like do the prompt, update the page myself, add the playlist. It was just something that like I can do on my own. I didn't have to like go through different teams or anything like that. It was a lot of work, but it was really fun. And I think glitch.com jams is like the best page on glitch.com. And it was a good time. If any of you are ever like working on a product that has user creation and like content creation, highly recommend a jam. It sounds so simple, because it is, and it's like tried and true. So maybe I'll write one day about that whole process. But first, let's look at Excellent Messy Helicopter. So these are probably just like remixes of that stuff. Okay, this one's my submission for that. I'm gonna download it in... That was like my serious non-hot dog stand submission. Okay, we got quite a bit for the rest of January, so let's try to get through this. Okay, we got WebSockets app where you decide my mood. Okay, here we get to WebSocket stuff. This is also for the Glitch Community Code Jam, which was... Gosh, does this page exist? Can you take screenshots in Firefox? You used to be able to, I think. Yes, okay, cool. I'm going to move to desktop. Okay. So Jams is just not on the header, but it's here. Okay. So let's go quickly through Jams. So the first jam was Self-Portrait, November 2023. Then Gift Giving. Your Dream Default Style Sheet. Welcome to my blog. Screensavers. Cool Bugs. Bugs Rock. Teach a Thing. Rainbows. Waves. Just Draw, and then Maps. Just Draw was my last co-jam. And then the team did Maps and Spooky Cookie Apps. And then RIP. I tell you, it was a lot of work. And once I left, there's no one there to do it. Fastly didn't hire any community people. But yeah, so this is around time I started doing more WebSocket stuff for the code jams. Because my job was not coding until like code jams. Code jams gave me an excuse to like get back into like building glitch that wasn't me helping people in support or whatever. So let me just open these next few. And I would live stream me working on these. So this is my gift giving game. This is another WebSockety one. Oh, I was doing one with the glitch logo. Let's hide the Fastly. Okay. So I must have been like demoing this to Fastly people internally. Whatever. Here is another WebSocket starter. Whoop. And then here's a remix of that. So I'm just going to... I guess I'll... what do I want to do? What is the actual... I don't want to like download a bunch of like remixes of stuff that's not finished. Stefan says Bugs Rock keeps reminding me of the song Boys Will Be Bugs by Cavetown. Boys Will Be Bugs. Oh yeah, that was from Gift Giving. Wait, no, it's not. Oh yeah. Presents or bugs? No. That's not it. Gift giving. I guess it was presents or bugs. Whatever. I'll just download them anyway. I'll put them in archive. Cause I don't think these are the finished ones by any means, and I think I already got presents or bugs. Yeah, presents or bugs in live stream I saw. So let's just archive these. Keen Early Gorilla. This is probably when I was doing the Glitch Jams live stream. I would set up the starter and I would make it private so that people who were who would go to my user profile would not see what I was working on, because sometimes people would surveil my page to see when I started doing the streams and like the code jams were coming in, there were people who would like reach out and be like, I saw you did this, is this like the new jam or whatever? What is going on here? Oh, okay, I know what this is. This is a remix of my WebSocket starter, but I started making a karaoke parser app, but it didn't work out. I'm gonna download this to archive, but this is getting me into the mindset that I was at that time. Thin Abrasive Ragdoll, which is a Git import. So it was me testing some suspension stuff. Brick Neon Floss. was a minimal starter, which looks like it hasn't been updated. Oh yeah, this is old thing. Archive. Long Celestial Sunday. By the way, if you go to support.glitch.com, where everyone's talking about where they're moving their projects and all that kind of fun stuff, somebody who shared a way to get green scares for your time on Glitch if you're using one of the download tools, and then friendly words. So if you download a copy of your Glitch stuff using Pomax's Get My Glitch Stuff script, or no, that's, I think this is whose Glitch download script. But you can see how many of the words and stuff you've worked. So anyway, Long Celestial Sunday does sound like a Coheed track. Oh, this is I guess a starter of remix, which is what Glitch preview.glitch.com is built in remix. It was like a full rewrite of the community site. And I just like was trying it out. Glazed Node Nuts is a karaoke app that I made with my friends Vlad, Kyle, and Tim back in like 2013 as part of Node Knockout 4. And I imported it from my GitHub to see if like I can get it updated and to work. I'm gonna download it just so that like I can get it. I'll put it in Node, but I mean, whatever. I'll open it up. I think it does run. It's using Node 10, so it like doesn't work until I wake up the container, which I'm doing now. But like, let me show you how old some of this stuff is. Okay, so this is a multiplayer karaoke app that we had made for this I'm not gonna use my microphone there. And it would just go through different songs. It would play it. I don't have the volume on. And it could listen to people clapping. But everybody that's on the page can sing and everyone hears each other. It was very chaotic. The judges were like, I don't think that like, they're like, there's a lot going on here that like, I don't know, we were like accused of like coming with an already made project, which was not the case. The four of us were like in like a Google Hangout, like it was like a 48-hour thing. We were like on all night and there was four of us and we're all really good at what we do. And so we were like, I don't know. We got robbed. And one of the judges was like, again, this is like 2013, 2012. I think I was working at the NBA at the time. One of the judges, like their bio was like, I love HTML so much, I have a shirt that says HTML5 on it. And so I went on Zazzle and I made a shirt that said, this is my HTML5 t-shirt. Cause I was like a petty bitch. I don't have that shirt anymore, but I have a photo somewhere that's like highly like filtered because of Instagram at the time. That was fun though. Okay, we got 15 minutes to get through the rest of January. Let's rock. Lopsided Topaz Caterpillar uses Node 8. I'll open up. Oh, your Dream Default Style Sheet is the starter for the jam. These are all probably early starters. I have a funny story for CSV Word Cloud. And MacroPad. Okay. So your Dream Default Style Sheet is the starter app that I gave to all the people who who are participating in the Code Jam. So it's going in starters. This is a remix of it, but I don't think that's Honey. I don't think this is anything. Archive. Pipperkeen, also just like a regular remix. I'm gonna archive it. CSV word cloud. Okay. One of the things that I would do every week at Glitch, even through working at Fastly, I would do this thing called Community Insights, where I would look through various social sites and look for any mentions of Glitch. And then I had an internal newsletter called Glitch Community Insights that everyone within the company, Posh has seen it. Actually, no, I started it after the Glitch layoffs. Because I was like all on my own, nobody's working with me, and it seemed like nobody liked me, and so I was like, I'll create a new project where I do like an internal newsletter of what's going on in the community so that maybe one day somebody will care. And I had a spreadsheet, a massive spreadsheet every year of all mentions of Glitch projects on social, so I could share, this is what the community's making, this is what they're talking about. And CSV word cloud I made in order to take a CSV of keywords. And these keywords here, the CSV, these are the tags of Stack Overflow questions that have glitch links in them. I don't know when I last did this one. Let's see. January 2024. So I would just pop in, I would copy from the Google Sheet. I had like a column of what the tags were for that specific mention of glitch. And so at the end of the year, I would just like copy them all, paste them. This is all pasted from a Google Sheet, which is why it looks like all weird here. And then made a word cloud. Of course, JavaScript was the top mention. A-frame. And yeah, and it would just create a word cloud because word clouds are like mad corny and I love them. And it would trigger a Neil. And so if you ever want to trigger Neil Dash, word cloud. But yeah, so that was that, and I would share it. So that's like, I don't know if that ended up in the last month on Glitch Superlatives, but this is like a fun app. Was that a static site? Yeah, I'm gonna put that in .com. And I would like go through all the mentions on Twitter. I actually built a tool, which I'll get to it, that used to work with the old Twitter API. I will run a script that would create a CSV of all mentions of glitch apps and parse out the project name, remove duplicates, and then I would have a list of every glitch app that was shared and how many times. And that's how I tracked like virality of projects. I didn't have anything like that for Mastodon because Mastodon wasn't built to like allow that. And let's see, Stack Overflow, Reddit, Hacker News. And then we used a tool called Mention, which is like this British company app that would show you online mentions of stuff. So like I would find like every last year in Glitch there's a superlative of like weirdest place a glitch app was found, and usually that came from some like message board, and Mention would show me those, so I like would copy like all of those. Yeah, and then I stopped doing the internal newsletter not long after I joined Fastly because I would do it and it was like a lot of work and nobody would read it. I can tell who was reading it before Fastly. I could tell who wasn't reading it because it was a private glitch app. We'll probably come to it at some point here. It's not public because I would also give like internal like news and stuff for the rest of the company. But before Fastly, I could tell who wasn't reading it because you had to be a member of the project to read it, and there are some people who I'll never forget, never joined the project. So I was like, okay, I know you're not reading it. And then when we joined Fastly, they had like an internal tool. I forget what it is. Probably owned by Salesforce or something. I don't know. And it would tell me how many people actually read it. And like, again, nobody was reading it. And so I like stopped writing it because I was like, you know, I had too much work to do post Fastly acquisition, because then I was also doing Fastly community stuff, to spend writing this like internal newsletter. But it was a lot of fun. And if I ever work in another company that does and I do community stuff, like I would bring all these same like projects there. Yeah, okay, this is just a remix I edited of the Dream Default Style sheet. That's hospitable. I'm going to archive that. MacroPad. Oh man. So MacroPad is not an app. This is me open sourcing my code for my MacroPad, which I don't have right by me right now. It's a little keypad. The team got MacroPads for like the holidays in like 2021, I think. Yeah, I think 2020, which is after several months after the glitch layoffs, we all got a weighted blanket, which I still have. I call it my sleep paralysis blanket because I fall asleep with it like on me on the couch. I get sleep paralysis, which is why it's on the couch and not in the bed. And then the next year we got MacroPads, which are infinitely cooler than a weighted blanket, respectfully. And I shared my Python for my MacroPad on here so I can share it with Andy. So I'm going to download this. This can go on .com. I might need a new folder. I'll put it in .com, but that's my MacroPad code. Cool. That's it for January. We're gonna, we'll see. Post Grunge is my remix of Postmarks by Casey Colderup from the Glitch team. And we'll get to that next time. I've got a few more minutes. I can play around. Let's see how far. That's all of 2024. We did it. These are the projects from 2024 that were last opened or edited in 2024. This last edited, if I like open any of these projects from before, it will say that it was like last edited today. That was just like how that worked. Oh wait, what is, oh yeah, this is just whatever. Cool. Let me go back to my dashboard. To see. We've gotten through 3 pages. 3 pages and a year and a half. Not bad. Okay. What I need to do is, now I have my local editor open, Live Laugh Blog. This is all the CSS I was updating the other day. I wanted to find mentions of glitch.me and see what was linked so I can update that. Okay. LLC photo booth. Okay, that's the Live Laugh Conf photo booth, which is actually a remix of an app that Potch and the former DevRel team made. Actually, I'm gonna write these down in my notebook where I've been writing down stuff I have to do to like fully migrate my blog over. Cool. Okay. So it would generate this GIF of photo boothing for Live Lav Cov, which said yes. This is a remix I made, which was a remix of that the DevRel team had made for the XOXO glitch event of Samuel Mortenson's app, but my remix, unlike theirs and Sam's, didn't like use Twilio to like text you the final image. But yeah, I'm going to go here. It needs an update to know, which is fine. I'm gonna download that to, I'm gonna make, let me make a new folder called Live Laugh Blog. And these are projects that I have to like get live because I link to it on my blog. So there's that. Let's see. Graph Paper. Graph Paper is an app I made that is what powers. This is just like a graph paper drawing app. You might recognize this because this is like the early version of what is the background of genshifter.com. You're right, Potch. It probably can go static. I'm gonna try that. Because I want to make a Bugs Rock photo booth. So graph paper can be static. Graph paper. Because I linked to that here. Internet Explorer's Apology Hero. I already downloaded Apology Hero. This is my game that I made. We made a cute video about it. It's a game where it detects your face and your emotions, and you have to match the emotion as you're reciting an apology. This is inspired by YouTube apologies. I made this game, and let's start playing. So use your camera. We have a couple of demos. You Have to Forgive actually was made by my Robot Karaoke co-host Jamie. Back when Botnik was his main gig, I asked him to generate a apology with like his machine learning project. Maybe that's Bachelor. I think both of these were generated from that. So it's very hard. It's very temperamental. I made it for Internet Explorers, which is my friend Mark Vigen's former show at Caveat. And I will be making this live. This is like a Node app that I do want to keep alive, and I actually want to edit it. Do you like the S-Thing pixel background that I made? So if I do demo, okay, so it'll detect my face. It doesn't send the data to anybody. I am sorry. Or am I? Oh, it's not saying whether I should be sad or not. Oh, there we go. It uses Sheeler, facial recognition in a good way. But like the bar is pretty low for... All apologies are self-serving. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So, I did a good job. I had to get like the timing or whatever. Oh, that's my timer, but that's okay. This is fun. Yeah, this was really fun. I'm gonna expand on it a bit. There's a lot more YouTuber apologies that have come out since then. And I think that like now with robot karaoke, I feel like Jamie and I can collab and make like an even better like list of this stuff. There is a video that let me find it on the Glitch YouTube. Where people from the, let's see, we used to have a media team at Glitch, and they were really good at like making videos, and so they made a video of the team playing it. And it was all really hard, and it was a fun time, and yeah, that was 5 years ago. Holy shit. I should link to that. Okay. Anyway, blasty from the pasty. Let's see. Year of code. Oh, okay, this is where I just like wrote about stuff I coded that year. Okay, so self-portrait. Oh, yeah, this is my CodeJam submission for the self-portrait. This is just a photo of me when I was in like, I don't know, like 5th grade. If you ever, when I was in the grocery store several weeks ago, and this guy came up to me, and I was in the pasta aisle, and the guy was like, "Excuse me, are you Italian?" Which, like, ew, why are you talking to me? But also, like, yes. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm a pale Italian. If you ever question if I was Italian, look at that olive skin. I got a lot of sun that summer. This is for the first CodeJam. Oh yeah, and 100 across the board Lighthouse score. And I had to link to that. I was like, why did I LOL? But yeah, it's following chips. All the eyes are on the chips. That's fun. I'm gonna keep that. That'll come up when oh, Go Lose Yourself. That's another good one. Go Lose Yourself is, let me put that in .com. Go Lose Yourself is an app I made for a friend very, very long time ago. Yeah, this is from 2021. Where you can magically turn yourself into a lizard. Basically, any image you upload, here's the Goya app, and if you click Go Lose Yourself, it just turns it into a photo of a lizard. So I made that for my friend Sarah for their birthday a long time ago. Make apps for your friends' birthdays. We did a Secret Santa or like gift giving app thing years ago. Potch and I don't know if we made apps for each other or we made apps for other people, but I remember making a Secret Santa app for Potch. I'm gonna download that in the archive because it's fun to have, but I don't need to download it. Presents or bugs already got. Webwing already got. Inspiration is a remix of Webwing to show the rest of the Glitch team my inspiration behind the Glitch community CodeJams. Actually, let me just download it. Oh yeah, you made an RPG for Melissa. This is Node. Okay, yeah. Inspiration are just like, this is my like jam web wing. So these are just like links to inspiration for Glitch Community CodeJams that I presented internally to my team. So you're probably familiar with that. Sunday Sites is a great one. Oh, they haven't had one since I left Glitch. They use glitch for a lot of their stuff. See, this is Zen Garden. In Dreams, that was like, this is the game I mentioned. I guess there's a new game that they're doing. But, I don't know if any of these... I don't know if you can buy Dreams anymore. I think they shut it down. They just didn't update the page. Anyway. Oh, microphone. Oh. It started playing Lady Gaga. Let's see. Anyway. That's Inspiration. And Postmarks, which is Casey's Fediverse bookmark stuff. Post Grunge is my remix of that, which I haven't really updated in a while, so it's fine if that shuts down. And I think Casey's working on like an update to like where else you can put it. Let's see, Jort Sort. Oh god. Oh, Jort Sort. Do I have Jort Sort already in my .com list? I do. Drawn Owl I already got to. And then Candle Math. Okay. So that covers all that. I just have to update these once I've loaded them, but I have a list of them in my notebook here. I have I already wrote everything in the year of code post, so yeah. Okay, well, that's good. I'm gonna go fry up some tofu before I get dressed and head to yoga. My whole body is so sore from yoga last night, but last night was a mixed level course and today will be like much more chill. And tomorrow I won't be streaming tomorrow because I have therapy, and then I'm just gonna like walk around the city because it's finally gonna be a day that's not raining with my pal Vijith. And but Saturday I might go live to show off my candles. So if you aren't already subscribed to my YouTube, that's the best way to be alerted to when I go live, because I know that I don't schedule that. Once I have Bugs Rock live, once I'm like getting into the swing of like the store being open and whatever, I'll be able to figure out like when's like the time for me to like stream regularly. I've only just started like last week as like an emergency because of the glitch news, but I've got a lot more to go. But thank you for joining me, bros and gals. And yeah, if you have any questions about the glitch stuff, just go to support.glitch.com. The team's been in there. Jen's shared migration guides for other places to move your glitch apps to. People are creating utilities. Pomax made a script for downloading all of your glitch projects. It's a very simple Python script. And yeah, that's I'll see you there in the forum. And I hope you all have a good rest of your Thursday and Friday. So see ya.